How is this show still so good in 2023? Now, Beavis and Butthead made their triumphant return last year with a movie, Do the Universe, and then a new season of the show. And the movie was great. I honestly think it was an instant classic, and the new season of the show was fucking phenomenal. They were still very much the idiots my generation grew up with, and it was still absolutely hysterical. As one comment said in my review of last season, Mike Judge's humor ages like a fine wine. So to try to keep this as simple as humanly possible, I'm kind of just going to go over some of my favorite moments of this season. Those include Tom Anderson bringing Beavis and Butthead hunting, which just that sentence alone brings out hilarity. And the episode is amazing, or the segment is amazing. Whether it was Beavis and Butthead mistaking deer piss for beer and drinking it, Tom Anderson almost shooting one of them because he can't see, or fucking Beavis being smacked by the kickback of the rifle. I just found myself dying laughing. There was also Beavis getting just smacked in the balls so much he finally ends up in the hospital. Just the whole way they went about it was just funny as hell. And of course he ends up in a hospital bed, like completely passed out, and he's having a dream of scoring, and it's really just a group of doctors massaging his balls because they're so fucking huge because Butthead backhanded them so many times. Old Beavis and Butthead also make their return, and their license, among other things, their licenses get suspended, and instead of renewing their driver's licenses, they end up thinking they're getting married to a woman just so they can have a threesome, when in reality they end up getting married to each other. And just, you can imagine how that went. They pretend to be sad to get chicks. They end up in a psych ward and end up electroshocking each other's balls, which is fucking hysterical. Beavis is bitten by a rabid skunk, and he ends up thinking his body is changing because he's growing up and he's praying to God, but in reality he just has rabies. It's just, this season is great. Oh, there's two others that I absolutely love. That's old Beavis and Butthead pretending to be veterans just so they can get free beer, and they end up getting their asses kicked because they fly the Vietnam flag instead of the U.S. flag, and Beavis gets acupuncture, and he loves it because Butthead can't smack him. But then he tries jerking off, and it's incredibly painful. We also have the usual segments of them discussing music videos or random YouTube and TikTok videos. They range from music from Nicki Minaj and just random-ass videos like the last one they did for the season was like a purity sound bath. And instead of calming them down, they end up just beating the shit out of each other, and it's amazing. They also did an Ariana Grande video where everyone was like slut robots, and they end up singing, "If I Only Had a Schlong." This shouldn't be this funny still, but it is. Oh, one last thing. We also got this season Tom Anderson's War Stories. It's Tom Anderson being Tom Anderson. Instead of like actually going to war and fighting, he's talking about fixing things. Like he's in the house of like a Vietnam resident, and instead of helping his fellow soldiers fight the Viet Cong, he's fixing the guy's sink. it's like, I can't even describe how just so stupid but hysterical it is. Ultimately, is this season of Beavis and Butthead better than last year's? I don't think so. I think last year's is going to be hard to top because it was their triumphant return, and like Mike Judge, I think he went all out. But this season is still absolutely amazing. It's hysterical, it's stupid, but in the best possible way. I give the new season of Beavis and Butthead an A.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.